Yo, what's good, y'all? Back with another YouTube video. It's Kuro Taro in the cut, and I will be honored to do a little Q&A kind of podcast type video with Kurt Donavon,
Yes,
the face of
sir.
the Jersey underground scene, as I like to call it.
Hello,
But
hello. I'm here. I'm here with Kuro.
yes, sir, yes,
here.
sir. But just to start off, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty well. Woke up. That's all I could ask for.
As you should, as you should. I'm feeling blessed as well. May not be where I'm at in my life, but at the end of the day, I'm still alive. So, be litty.
Oh yeah.
So, I know you've definitely been asked this a bunch of times in various other interviews, but like, what got you started on wanting to make music? Not only for yourself, but also for ways for me as a means to connect with people.
Um, I really started making music when I just got around the means of making music for real, because like I was really more into doing acting and like making films and stuff.
Oh hell yeah!
And that's really what I was on for a very long time. But it wasn't until, which is close from here, because I used to live like 3 blocks from here, and that's when I was first like friends with Trey, and I don't know. I've always had this like inclination to try to get the people who are around me, like my friends and stuff, on board. I was checking to see if it was running. Yeah, it's going. It just be.
All right. All right.
Wait, let me see.
All right. Do.
Yeah, it's going.
All right.
Yeah, the screen be turned off. That would be scaring me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was friends with him, and like what I've always had an inclination of doing is like trying to have my friends be involved in what I'm doing as well, and just like help them, push them along to fulfilling what they want to do in their lives. And yeah, and obviously that kind of feeling like leads into stuff like UD. That's why that's what UD.
Shout out UD.
But yeah, and so when he was expressing about how he was doing the music and stuff, I had gotten the equipment for it, the equipment to make music, simply to just like have him do. I didn't even have an interest in like really wanting to even engineer him or anything. I just kind of got it. But I kind of got into more of the engineering side, and then that eventually led into just trying to create my own stuff as well. And I guess that was just like a passion that was just a different form of expression that I just really fell in love with as well, because I never really thought that I could make music for real. But I mean, it took a while to really get good, but just creating something that first you like makes it so that, okay, like I want to keep going with this and try to keep flowing, like keep building this. So yeah, really started in like high school, like early high school, like a sophomore really is when I like really started doing the music for real. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's dope. And to answer that question for myself, what got me into making music? Honestly, I never really explained that. Obviously, people could be saying I'm talking out of my ass, but also deep in my heart, I'm like, kind of wanted to be some form of like artist at some point. But dating back to my youth, like I used to sing to myself like every single time, like subconsciously doing it. And I would do that every now and then, but I didn't really think that I would be able to do that for my own like that. Like I would do it just to like do it, like have fun with it for real. But it wasn't until like the SoundCloud era where I found out making music has become a lot more accessible than it has before. Not only are you able to like purchase your own equipment, you could also upload your own music through your own means.
Yeah.
Thanks to the SoundCloud era, it's given a lot of accessibility, but a lot of competition. I could get to that later. But I made bullshit music back in the day. I made complete
Like
bullshit
what?
music. Oh my god, they were just as comparable to like maybe you, if not Miles, like maybe like 5 times worse than Miles back in the day. I was like the class clown at high school. I made like a remix to like some weird ass beat that I found for like a song that's weird as fuck, and a lot of people in my high school were running up plays in that song, and I'm like, it struck my ego just a little bit. So I'm like, oh wow, thank you, I appreciate it. But I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is like absolute garbage. I talked about this briefly in the last year interview with Cherubs, but almost everybody in my high school was damn near streaming that shit like at least once per day, and it was running up plays on my old SoundCloud account that I still have. But now, looking,
Positive.
I wouldn't say positive.
Well, why so?
I would say yes, I'm getting a buzz, but I would compare that to getting a buzz in the same way as like Joshua Block or World of T-shirts got a buzz, or even like Chris Chan, if you know about the locale era. If you don't know the locales of the internet, be glad you don't know, but also because I'm educated on those. Basically, in a nutshell, locales are just people who are made fun of on the internet. Like anytime they post, they're hated on because they may seem like a little off, weird in retrospect.
Okay. So it
and
wasn't the attention that you wanted it to be from.
yes, exactly.
That's like locale is what you said?
Yeah.
That's like bro from New York who said, I'm a decent man in the city of demons. It makes me scheming. You know that shit?
No.
You don't know that?
Nah, not till today. I was 2 years old.
Bro,
No.
that's I guess that's like a locale.
Yeah.
Kind of, but I mean, God bless them though.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out locales. I mean, they're thriving off of what they do, but also they're getting the wrong kind of attention, which is what happened to me at high school. So I wanted to naturally get better. So eventually I made my first investment at a bedroom studio of somebody that I went to high school with. The song was also kind of lackluster, but at least it wasn't unbearable to listen to. It was tolerable at best to listen to. Shout out Vibin'. And then eventually I got my own studio equipment. So it allowed me to practice more on my flows, and also I was also given the privilege to record at any time at any point in time. And that's how I got into audio engineering. I got into like producing a little bit before writing lyrics. Then I got into writing lyrics, and then I got into audio engineering. And the main reason why I got into the producing side and the audio engineering side is mainly because I wanted to at least retain 100% ownership without having to break bank. Because let's face it, studios be charging hella just to fucking record. Mixing, give me that money. Mastering, give me that money.
Give me my money.
I know this because that's how I've been to other studios before. Like even like last year, and I know that's how that works.
Yeah.
But one of my few influences do have to include obviously X and Juice WRLD from like the SoundCloud era, but I could definitely say I definitely gained a lot of impact from Michael Jackson, Miley Cyrus, Michael Jackson mainly. I had a whole Michael Jackson phase back in the day.
So did I.
Oh my god, bro!
The Michael Jackson Just Dance game.
Oh, the Michael Jackson The Experience. Yeah, you got it for the Wii?
I had it for the Kinect.
Oh, I had it for the Wii. That's like the OG. Nah.
Oh, no, it was Xbox One.
No, it's Xbox 360. It's 360.
With the Kinect?
Yeah, that was. I mean, that's when they first had it.
I think when the Xbox One first came out.
Xbox One had Kinect. Xbox One had Kinect,
but 360 had it too.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And the 360 was the first one to have it. One of the very few games they had was like Dance Central, which was another series of dance games that used the Kinect feature. Just Dance 2 actually utilized the Kinect feature as well. But The main ones that are like Xbox exclusive ish is like Dance Central 2, etc. But I got the one for the Wii, which is pretty cool. The PlayStation 3 one, fire. Michael Jackson. Shout out Michael Jackson the Experience. I really love that shit. Really love that shit. I love Michael Jackson since I was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, but my current influences though. Some of my influences be changing in terms of styles though. My newer influences have got to be like Fabio Foreign, Pop Smoke, Lil Mosey. I was a Lil Mosey fan. I dug deep into his catalog. It's insane. Kid Leroy. Not really Travis Scott. Now I'm really liking Cash Cobain, 4-1, Showie, and I may be controversial for saying this, but I do fuck with some of Tory Lanez' songs.
I thought you were about to say 6ix9ine.
6ix9ine, no. I mean, I like his music, but I wouldn't list him as an influence.
Am I allowed to smoke on this platform?
I don't give a fuck. It's my channel.
True.
Age restriction. Who cares?
Well, I smoke on my shit anyway.
No. I cursed.
I mean, does that mean that doesn't mean it's age restricted necessarily?
Bro, I put my title on one of my videos, literally called how I was able to not give a fuck. That shit got age restricted.
Exactly. Because you put fuck in the title. I think you're not supposed to curse within the first like 2-3 minutes of a YouTube video.
It's definitely been 5 minutes with this one.
No, it's been more than 5 minutes.
Nah, real. Word. But considering how you've progressed in your career and considering the knowledge that you've gained throughout your journey as being an artist and the experiences you've went through as being an artist, where do you want to see yourself both in the short term and the long term?
Short term, I really want to start really progressing a lot heavier with just like my fan base like worldwide and just like getting like just a lot of my numbers up within like my music and my documentary and just everything that I'm doing really, and as well as just like the other brands like studio, like underground developmental, like everything within those brands that I really just want to have way more recognition, so that just getting more, you can just do a lot more with those additional eyeballs, as well as having that could be like a main source of income in order to even push these things even further as well. So I'm really focused. I actually just put out a video today on that too, like that I turned 25 and I'm like as much as I've been for so long, just focus on the passion and the what it is that I'm creating. But as I'm getting into like 24, 25, I'm more like, okay, I need stability as well. Like I need a career as well. Like I need to
feel you.
Like
I
make
definitely
something
feel you.
out of this. So yeah, so that's what I want to do. I mean, short term, I really want to just try to make this a career for real, and then long term, really just every year is just steps further up. And further up. That's really what I want to have. But I mean, even short term, I want to take giant leaps just to for the end of the year, it'd be like, okay, you went mad far because of those giant leaps within every one of those like months and stuff. So. Yeah, just really, just full sail ahead for real is for both of those things, and yeah.
Nah, I definitely feel you on that 100%. I feel like a lot of artists would be taking this shit like serious, like it's the last thing they want to do in their life, be wanting that for real. Yeah. And it's funny how you said like that you put out a video. I put out a video yesterday talking about how like I started off in the video saying, oh, people be settling for their careers. without taking into an account that people have different goals and different viewpoints. I sent this to like 2 other group chats, had a whole fucking discussion on that shit. But I was basically saying I'm the type of guy where I want to build my own wealth. I don't want to clock into somebody else's fucking dream and pocket billionaires' pockets, all that shit.
Or like line up billionaires' pockets type shit.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And to pick up or to also respond to that question myself, one of the main things I want to do short term is definitely build a fan base, but also, not gonna lie, I be looking at my stats on Spotify and I see a lot of, not to sound like very itty nitty picky, I see a lot more males listening to my shit as opposed to females. So for the short term right now, I've been trying to make more songs that cater towards the, I guess, the female audience, like the more emotional, the more party-ish type shit. I guess an example that I can give is like, I guess on how I'm actually doing that is I've been making more emotional songs, but also like adding a melodic elements into it. I recorded 2 songs at a studio called DLM Recording Studio, both of which are like Jersey club style type beats, and they cover topics like, I guess partying, but also the first one I was talking about my anxiety of like being at a club, but then the verse goes into my point of view of like what I am thinking at a club when I'm at the club. Second song is like, in a nutshell, oh, I see this girl, I want to do such and such with her, make her feel like she having a good time, and also show off a little bit of my confidence. Ironically enough, I don't display that in real life, mainly due to like anxiety for whatever reason. But in my music, it's like ironic because I be showing off my confidence a lot in my music, but it doesn't really translate to real life like that. So
Why is that?
it's mainly a personality thing and kind of based on how I was raised. Like, no shade, no tea. I had kind of like a helicopter type of parent growing up, so I didn't get to experience a lot of life like that. It wasn't until I turned 18 where it's like I started rebelling more and more and more and more, and then eventually it did get to her head because it just made her realize she was kind of losing control, not in the sense of like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna keep him prisoner, but more in the sense like, oh no, he's not following my orders no more, he's becoming a different person. But also I'm kind of learning through this experience because it feels like I'm living through my teenage years again, because I didn't really live a proper teenage life.
Sounds like Michael Jackson.
The only difference between me and Michael Jackson is that at least I didn't really get abused like that.
Oh, I thought you were about to
The only
for the
like I'll be the first to say I wasn't abused. I was mostly just sheltered at home. I lived a pretty decent life, but it's like I didn't really spend a lot of time socializing like that and going out like that.
So what are you doing that's like reliving teenage years?
Especially when I turned 18, I've been staying out late as fuck. I be staying out late as fuck, hanging out with as anybody I could fucking think of, trying to live life for real. Trying to do shit that I wasn't really able to do back then.
So because of the sheltered kind of youth, like now that you're able to get out there, now you want to like be out there for real.
Yes, exactly. I'm still learning, because not gonna lie, my social cues are kind of shit, but also at the end of the day, we live, we learn, and hopefully in one of my songs that I recorded, I can kind of like translate that, like, oh, this is how I feel.
You absolutely should.
Yes.
I feel like that's the most powerful, like, I know that you want more like women listening. I'm sure that's the point, that you want more women listening
Yes.
to you. But yeah, I mean, it's always good to also like take it from like a place of just like doing, coming from within, and then whoever
Yes.
like fucks with it fucks
Yeah.
with it too. Because I like that too. I'm not a lady though, so that's not mission accomplished. But
I guess.
I could send it to some ladies.
For sure, for sure. I mean, hey, I'm not forcing it. I'm not forcing it, but like, you know, I only answered the short term. The long term part, I definitely want to be
Sorry.
up there. No, don't apologize. I definitely want to be up there in terms of my music to a point where I'm generating my own wealth. I don't have to clock into somebody's 9 to 5. I can live a pretty exquisite lifestyle. I don't want to say like super like luxurious. I mean, yeah, I kind of want to do that, but that's not really my priorities right now. But I kind of want to live a life where I don't even have to like report to my boss, hey, I want to take this day off, or oh, I'm feeling sick this day, or oh, I'm like, ugh, I have to wake up early in the fucking morning just to go to work, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
It just feels like, I feel like if I get up there with my music and my content creation, it can allow me to gain some sort of freedom.
You gotta say when. You said if.
I don't want to say if.
That's what you said.
Oh, when. Oh my God, I'm dumb. Anyway, when I get to that point, I'm able to get some sort of freedom. A little fun fact about myself, I've always been an anti-authority type of guy. Never been the best when it comes to following orders from somebody, especially if I don't know the reason why. And which is why I got placed into the special education system in the first place. I mean, obviously I was diagnosed with autism, but like I wasn't really like other people, and I was placed there not because I was retarded. It was because my behavior. Back in the day, I guess that's also why I got sheltered in the first place. Very unstable during my youth. Very out of line. So it's like this at the end of the day. I be unstable as fuck. So in return, I guess I get some sort of like isolation to stabilize myself again. But also in the same instance, it's not really helping. It's more or less preventing the problem as opposed to facing it. But I've always been an intelligent kid back then. I've been told this by like numerous sources. So it wasn't like my IQ was low or none of that. It was mostly like behavioral concerns that came from a good handful of people.
Yeah. Nah, I feel that, man. How did that make you feel?
What do you mean?
Like, how did being put in those situations, like put in those different things, make you feel? Like, did you feel like the odd one out?
Yes, but also it's kind of had me gain some sort of resilience in a sense, or perseverance, because at the end of the day, only one can like help someone for so much, and the ultimate thing is you got to save yourself from certain situations at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So right now I'm kind of at a point where I'm trying to take matters into my own hands and doing the best I can as much as possible. But even though there are like a lot more errors than like trials, I feel like I'm still taking action in the first place, because there are a lot of people that I know who be saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna lean towards this, I'm gonna improve myself, yada yada yada," but I don't see much progress
Yeah.
coming from them. So instead of doing that, I kind of do it the other way around, where I don't speak much, I just do.
That's a good way to go about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was also gonna say I feel you with that point that you said earlier about the like you can't really force well with just making the just saying how we because obviously we want to make this our careers and stuff, but just even dealing with like UD and stuff like that too, like there not everybody wants to do that, like not like definitely not everybody wants to make
yeah.
a career out of it, or maybe not yet, like maybe not yet to be honest, but
I guess I'm seeing this two ways. Most UD has always struck me as like a platform to blow people up. First impressions, of course. First impressions. So by default, a lot of people are gonna come through and want to perform that because myself included has saw this as a way to like elevate my growth in a sense. But also one has to understand that it is ultimately up to us where our next steps are going to be at the end of the day. And I'm also seeing this in two ways too. The social media wave has been like out of nowhere but also popping crazy. So obviously I wanted to hop on that little bandwagon because I saw it as an opportunity to grow myself and potentially gain a fan base out of it. Sure, I get haters left and right, but it's like it's not going to discourage me at the end of the day. But I also see why some people are very reluctant to even hop on that bandwagon because there are a lot of lackluster people trying to make music.
absolutely, yeah, because
And
it's
promoting that
that's
shit.
that's the biggest way of getting yourself out there as.
Yes.
So like that's why it's perceived as like a bandwagon because it's like that's the most popular way of getting yourself out there.
Yes.
But it's like you know, there's always gonna be a most popular. Like back in the day, like in the '90s, like you know, MTV is the most popular. Like or like,
yes.
like there's something like that. So it's like it's just a different. It's times just change into different types of things into different ways. But I can also definitely for real understand why artists don't want to necessarily do all that because it's like well, number one if you're just looking at it you just as though you want to just looking at it for the craft and as well as like if you're also looking at it like you don't want to be a artist and a manager and a content creator and a da 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 all that shit, so that's definitely understandable. Yeah, but I just think it's really a positive the fact that we even have that option.
Oh, hell
like,
yeah.
That's what's the blessing for it because like back in the day we didn't have no option. So at least it's like now we have the options to decide whether we are going to kind of rebel against the system that is greedy for sure.
Oh, fuck
and,
yeah.
Like just be on the outskirts of it or kind of utilize what we have in order to get the fruits of our labors from it and really like impact the world for real. And that's kind of more as though but I kind of wanted it to be like more as though where I could get artists to not have to be their own kind of marketer.
Point, I definitely agree right there. Because back then we had no options, and back then you had to go to a record label to get your music published in the first place.
Yeah.
Now with platforms like DistroKid, United Masters, Too Lost, CD Baby, or if you even want to go like more luxurious, The Orchard, Vidya, various distributors, TuneCore, you have the access to upload music within the means of your own fingertips or your own keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'm definitely grateful for. And I'm all for promoting my shit on social media because how else am I going to do it? We're not in the 90s. This isn't the MTV era anymore. Nobody's going to randomly discover your music unless they have their shit on shuffle on Spotify and a song or two of mine pops up out of nowhere, but that's like a very rare chance of that happening.
Yeah.
But I'm all for promoting my music on social media. It's just the way to go about it, of course. I will admit I'm not the best example when it comes to promoting my shit on social media, because I have went through various directions to try to get myself heard, but ultimately at the end of the day it's led to people distrusting my image, even my own friends distrusting my image, and then ultimately dissociating from that. And I wouldn't blame them, honestly. I wouldn't blame them, because in retrospect, if somebody's going all over the place, they're not gonna want to fuck with it anymore, and I definitely see why. But at least the thing about me too is that because I'm a stubborn person, I've, in terms of my own ventures, mostly only see shit from my point of view, and from what I have like gained insight from and saw through, like in terms of my own experience, of it a lot of my mission statement and my vision and my goal and my intentions have remained the same. It's just I've been like switching up the ways to go about putting myself out there, because I have saw error. Okay, this is not working. Next, I do another thing. Error. Next, do another thing. Error. Next, and then I'm on to the next thing. And what I'm trying to do now, especially, is try to be authentic as I can be. Authentic as I can be in the sense where I'm showing myself, but also sometimes I over exaggerate myself a little bit just for like marketing value and shit. But right now I'm trying to remain genuine as much as I can be.
Yeah.
So
Oh, the question?
no, it was not a question. It was just me looking for the right word.
Type shit.
But I'm trying to be as genuine as I can be with my shit and doing what comes from like my heart now, as opposed to like, oh, I see something, I'm gonna try to do it and flip it into my own style. But hey, trial and error is a thing for a reason.
No, yeah. Well, I think it's I think it's understandable, like to trial and error, but it's just I just think it's just certain things that should remain the same, and certain things that should be the trial and error, because you as a person, and like even like with season 1 UD error, and just like even now, and just like everything about like who you've always like present yourself as Kurotaro is like people have gotten behind it and people can't get behind it. So it's like I don't think that part. I just think the part of how you're marketing it and like how you're going about like trying to get it out there is the thing that because I think we have great products. Like I think I have great product and you have great product.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how you're getting it to the people, and like how you're getting it to specifically people who are already fans of that but just haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
Like literally. So I think that's really the yeah. But I think that's good though that you're doing the authentic like aspect, because it just gives the most ability for people to connect with like who you are and building in that direction for real.
Absolutely. I agree with your take 100%. I guess the other issue is like I be trying to incorporate two things at once to try to translate into one big thing in the retrospect. But I also fail to realize people be paying attention to the minuscule details, and they'll be like, oh, that I can't fuck with. That's in a nutshell. But
No, yeah, shit. Me too. Shit, I put applications up one time. Niggas was niggas was mad.
Yeah,
So every little thing you do is yeah.
yeah. But now I'm kind of like I've always made a similar style of music. I've kind of well, the major changes I've done throughout my career as Kurotaro, I went from making like dark trap. Well, I used to do fucking drill back in the day. Made myself look like a fool. But that's another story. Then I went on to dark trap because I thought it was cool. But then it kind of didn't feel natural to me anymore. So I moved on to like more mainstream style type of trap. And now I'm doing like, and like Philly trap. And then now I'm trying to lean towards like sexy drill and Jersey club.
Right.
You could be lyrical. You could be lyrical as fucking those. I'm kind of in the fence where I want to make I want to make music that gives off a vibe. Like I want to make vibe type of music, but also I want to send a message at the same time.
That's good.
So
That's really good.
hell yeah, for sure. But aside from this, what have been some of your successes or you so far during your journey as an artist?
A lot. A lot of stuff like really just just I feel like I had a lot of experience from just being like I was talking about earlier, like how Trey was making music in my like room, and there was a lot of opportunities that he had that he was kind enough to extend the arm for me to be there as well. Now I would be like shooting and shit like that as well. That's like a lot of my like older documentaries and stuff like that, and just got a lot of experience that way. So then when I first did my first shows like Come As You Are, like those did really well, and like really was like kickstarted like a lot of everything that I was doing. And then yeah, just really events were really like a huge thing for me in order to create a platform to get myself out there and to just also bring people together who are like going through the same things as me as an artist. So definitely events have been a huge success. The music's been a huge like success. Like a huge success for me is just being able to see an impact from the art that I have. Like whether it's I look at like UD as like kind of like art or like a kind of revolutionary kind of thing. Like I'm kind of yeah, just impacting people, like because even if it's not necessarily doing something for artists, like within the music and shit like that, like I be getting a lot of people just DMing, just saying how the music impacts them positively, and like just random people just saying like just saying stuff like that, and how the music is helping them go through certain things and stuff like that. And that's really what's the most impactful accomplishment that I can get, is just really seeing the impact that it makes on people as well. Similar to like the impact that the events make on people. So it's all just like kind of feeds into like having a purpose within the art that you're doing, like or just within life in general, like just having a purpose in life by helping people in that way. So yeah, that like yeah, the studio, the fucking music, the documentaries, just I feel like everything is just really an accomplishment. Just the fact that it's a it's an ongoing, consistent like streams that people that's gained acknowledgement and like a fan base behind. Granted, there's so much more to go, but like just having that alone is a dream already fulfilled. Like
Yes.
that, I remember times where I was dreaming of that shit. So the fact that that's here now is like it's such an accomplishment. But yeah, and yeah, so just trying to just keep that ball rolling for real.
For sure. For sure. And I feel like some of the successes I've had were definitely obviously creating a product and actually honing in on my production and my engineering. But also I've actually gained like somewhat true fans in a sense, like people who don't make music in the sense fans. I've made songs that have been like on the coming from like the nerdy side of me. In terms of like, I made a song literally talking about a fucking Steam game, very controversial. I won't get into it, but shout out to Coffin to Kurotaro. But I gained a fan randomly off of somebody looking at my shit on YouTube, tapped into my Instagram, followed me. I hit them up, and they're like, "Oh my god, I love this song so much." And well, mainly because of the game, but also they kind of like tapped in to me in a sense because of that. So I feel like I found my successes from like, it's definitely authentic in the sense where I'm kind of showing my true self in the sense where I'm kind of a bit of a nerd, like whether when it comes to like games, anime, shows, etc. And I feel like I could use that to my advantage to like ultimately integrate people from certain communities leading to me. And another success I got recently, it was just one person, but it still made a difference. Somebody posted my link in a cyberpunk subreddit.
Fire.
Yeah, all because of the recent project that I dropped. Shout out, Living Through Night City.
That's fire.
Yeah. So, as another success, definitely been growing my Instagram platform. I restarted my account, granted.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, a couple years ago. Remember?
Yeah, I thought you meant like recently.
Not recently. No. A couple years ago, I restarted my account. Now I'm at like 1,500 followers within 2 years.
That's dope.
2 years, bro.
That's dope as hell.
Like compared to like other people that I have been around, getting that amount of traction within 2 years is it's a lot to me because I've seen people get like the same amount of followers gradually. I mean, it's a given. People go at their own pace at the end of the day, but 2 years is just fast for me. Honestly, it's very fast. I haven't been able to gain success through TikTok like that, but I have done like gossip type videos in the past where I've gotten like over 100,000 views on TikTok.
Yeah.
But the only problem with that is because they were so invested in the gossip type videos, they
listen to you.
no,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. That's some
What you gossiping about?
oh my
Rappers? Or something?
no, just like lolcows.
Oh,
I was basically
Locale's ass.
yeah, I was basically a wannabe Keemstar, but I wasn't trying to be like Keemstar. I actually had like real gripes about that person.
You have many lives.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I was still focused on the music though. I was still focused on the music. I was only making those videos because that's what got me success on TikTok at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, naturally, I would want to keep doing those, but then eventually people started getting annoyed by those.
That also could, like, I mean, just talking to the camera videos just works just in general. Like even just talking about like artist shit and just like shit like that. Like I've been seeing shit like that on my feed of just like artists just like ranting about like different artist experience shit that I'm invested in because like I'm also an artist, but I could obviously other people who are not artists also can just like
Yes.
relate to that shit.
Yes.
Like that. Just like the passion.
I'd be touching up on like talking to the camera videos like very recently I was talking about how like I did a video where I talked to the camera about how I'm not the type of guy to be working a 9 to 5. I've always
That
been
rhyme, you sound like you was rapping. I'm not the type of guy to be working a 9 to 5.
I didn't catch that till you said it, but I've never been a guy to like I said this before. I've never been a guy to follow orders like that. So if I'm gonna build something, I want to build it off of my own means at the end of the day. So in return, I become self-sufficient, but also if when it gets to that point, I get my own income.
Yeah.
That builds up. But speaking of gripes, what are some of the biggest gripes that you have in the music realm, both industry and the underground? What it could be, it could be something you've seen off of social media. It could be something that you know, like about the industry or so. Whatever the case is.
I would say my biggest gripe with like industry is not like I guess like solely looking at like artists as like products or like kind of disposable or just kind of just like and then just an investment and not as like a person or I mean I don't really know too much on like how labels like are treating artists. I mean I hear bad things.
Yeah.
But at the same time it's like I understand that like that is a business and at the same time but what that's why I love so much about today is that we don't gotta rely on that shit at all. Like the labels be
Absolutely
telling you
not.
to do the same shit that I be telling niggas to do. So it's like it's just let's have a bigger budget and shit and more
Oh yeah.
connection. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, and so I yeah, the biggest gripe is that just I mean that's always been the biggest gripe, just like taking advantage and of like independent artists who don't really know any better and just kind of treating them like products. That's the biggest gripe that I have. But I mean, it's a business. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's not it's a corporation. So it's
Oh
like
yeah.
you gotta. What do you really expect for it?
Yeah.
I mean, but at the end of the day, that's why it's good because if you're aware of like your business and aware of how the shit works as artists, which is no excuse to not know that shit at this day and age. You can literally just go on TikTok and for 10 minutes just research it and just learn how certain shit is going or whatever. And like just knowing how to leverage your career and knowing how the actual business, the music business operates so that if you are doing a deal with a label, then you understand what it is that you can get out of that and getting the full
Yeah.
amount of what you can gain from that because like obviously if you're doing business with somebody and they offer you a little bit of money and you take it, like you can't even sit here and like hate on them that much. Like that's
That's
but if
true.
you know your business and you're like, no, I can't take this. My numbers say this, so I can make more money by myself than you're trying to give me right now.
Yeah.
So it's like knowing your shit is really eliminates that. So
Yeah.
I would say my biggest gripe is just the certain practices of just like really just utilizing artists as kind of like products. But nowadays it's kind of like you don't have to deal with that at all.
Yeah.
And biggest gripe with the underground is just, I would say, not doing like, I guess my gripe is not utilizing what we have today
Yeah.
in the sense of all the knowledge is out there, all of the resources are out there, and like we have all of the tools in order to get to where we want. If we do want to make it a career and we do want to like make it like big with this, it's not like back in the day when you can get discovered. That would be crazy. Imagine if it was like 20 like if it was like 2005. It would be mad execs at the fucking UD shows, like just niggas at labels just trying to look for.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't do that no more. But that's how people got discovered back in the day. But they
Yeah.
don't do that shit no more because Why would you do that when you could just wait for one of these artists to go crazy on TikTok and then offer them a contract? They just did all the development. I have to then, because then they have to then take those artists and then try to develop them.
Yeah.
Instead of like the art, like now you just could find an artist that already has buzz.
Yeah.
And just pour gasoline on that flame.
That's pretty much the objective now with the label shit. Because people be complaining, or not complaining, people be saying like, oh, talent doesn't matter anymore. But talent does matter, but the problem is, because music's become accessible, I don't want to say it's oversaturated, but it's flooded with a lot of underground artists. So it's kind of hard to like choose who to give the deal to in the first place.
And like the development aspect of labels is like no longer like really a thing, because people are blown up before they develop. So it's like if someone blows up before they develop, they still gonna make the label money. Like they don't, just even if they perform his ass, they still gonna make the label some money.
Oh yeah.
So they'd rather go with them rather than somebody who's nice but doesn't have no buzz, who they have to then develop and then what? And then the artist might be like, yeah, I don't really want to make no content. And then the label tell them I don't really want to make no content. Okay, well nigga, we just invested $1,000 into you, bro. So it's just certain shit.
It'd be funny too, because speaking of the investing money, the artists who be getting these advances be utilizing the money the wrong way. Instead of spending the money onto like content, music videos, promotion, etc., they'll buy foreign vehicles, chains, mansions, anything you could think of that's materialistic. That's the first thing that comes to their mind, where it's like, oh, I got a lot of money, bet. Take my money and give me these flashy ass materials to make everybody watch. In retrospect, this could work, but also, what happens if you run out of that money? You're gonna have to pay that label back.
It's really a loan, so it's just like you might as well just try to figure out your own business on your own. And I think that's my biggest gripe. I feel like a lot of people would rather. That's my biggest gripe within the underground shit. I feel like there's a lot of artists who would rather give their ownership away to a corporation that could be banking millions and giving you pennies, rather than just looking at your shit like a business and utilizing every tool that we have today to make yourself a millionaire. or you don't even have to be a millionaire. Like it's like in America, a really good salary in America is like $4,000 like a month.
No, not 4,000.
Livable.
I'd say like 6 to 8K a month.
I looked it up. They said 4,000 to 5,000 is all you need if you. Well, that's all I need.
Not around here. Because let me put it to you like this: rent on average is $2,000 a month for a studio apartment.
I'll make it work.
For a studio apartment. On top of that, you gotta pay groceries, which could run you about $500.
That's just one source of income now, because like if it's 5K, I think it's like 5K or 6K on Spotify is like 700,000 monthly listeners, and then on Apple Music, it's like
Apple Music pays you more.
It's way more. Like you only have to have like 300,000 monthly listeners.
Yes,
and you get it like that. So that's 2 streams of income, plus whatever you're doing on YouTube, plus whatever you're doing outside of that, like streaming, fucking whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I ain't gonna lie.
Racking up sources of income.
Yeah, I misunderstood you when you said like 4 to 5K a month. I thought you meant like as a whole, like within yourself, regardless. We're not putting.
Is what that's
like,
said though.
Like I don't want to. Not that I don't want to break it down, but I mean like as a whole, counting your Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Music revenues, as well as YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, 4 to 5K a month, at least in New Jersey, is not enough to live freely. Because I know I've been looking at apartments. $2,000 a month.
I need to know this because I'm about to make a video on this.
$2,000 a month for an apartment and like $500 on groceries. Come on. Also, car insurance.
What's a a comfortable, livable wage for you to make per month to live comfortably in New Jersey?
So-
Yeah, definitely. So in New Jersey, that comfortable livable wage can vary a lot depending on where you are. Like New Jersey.
Yes.
But just to give you a ballpark, a lot of folks in New Jersey say somewhere around maybe $4,500 to $5,500 a month is often considered a comfortable wage.
Comfortable.
Cover your rent, your car insurance, your food, and a little bit of
Yes.
fun money. But it does depend on your lifestyle.
Yes, that's the one thing that comes to play.
You trying to splurge?
That's the one thing that comes to
You trying to
play.
spend that money?
Not even that. I want to get myself some clothes. I can't be wearing the same shit every
So
day.
you want some chains and some Gucci and shit?
No, not Gucci. I would probably spend that shit on tech wear, if anything.
I mean, it's more than. I mean, you can make more than 5 shit. You can make way more than that.
I definitely need like 6 to 8K. 6 to 8K, I feel like is good enough because not only am I able to pay everything off without having to worry about like debt and then shit, but I could also spend some money on like fashion, fragrances like cologne because I'm the type of person where I want to smell nice. I don't like smelling like shit. I'm very insecure on that. Hair products too. I have to use conditioner every other day, otherwise my hair gets frizzy and dry. And maybe skincare products as well, like lotion, face cleansers, creams. I used to get a lot of acne back in the day, so it's like I gotta take that into consideration. And maybe some like miscellaneous shit, like maybe shoes if my shoes end up wearing out. There's a lot of shit that comes to play. And I feel like, especially in New Jersey, 4 to 5K a month is not enough. However, if you're living in Florida, that is definitely more than enough. If you're living in Florida. In New Jersey, in New York, absolutely not.
Hey, that's what Shorty said, man. That's hey.
But that's if you want to live comfortably.
So what's that's if you want to come, but you want to live more like on high end type shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about bare minimum, like artists saying like if an artist wants to just make a living off this, like they don't really care about no flashy shit, they just want to live
Okay.
Yeah, type shit.
All right. Real.
Yeah.
And also picking up on that answer too, I have numerous gripes when it comes to the music industry. Definitely the first one, I can agree with you on how artists are viewed, or music or whatever the fuck, they view themselves as a product. I be running into that issue sometimes as well, because I sometimes look at myself like a product instead of, I guess, a person, which kind of leads to the other issues leading to my brand. But that's another story. One of my biggest gripes is just lackluster artists just popping in out of nowhere as a way to do a get rich quick scheme, and eventually they blow up on social media. I look at that and I'm like, hell no, next. And the reason why it's one of my gripes is I don't see the passion in them when it comes to making music. I feel like some people just do music just to do it because they see it as a quick way to get income. And another gripe that I do have is that hold on, let me think of a response on how to word this properly. Oh, another gripe I have about the fucking music industry is them fucking marketing gurus talking out of their ass. I dug down that rabbit hole so many times. I followed what they told me to do, and I've followed numerous marketing gurus, but the only problem that I have is they be giving different answers. And the reason why it kind of gives me this gripe is because that alone just tells me they don't know what they're talking about. If you're given different answers, then at the end of the day, you're basically telling me there's no real formula to follow when it comes to making it as an artist, especially utilizing social media.
It really is. Like
There is-
true formula. No.
Yeah. They like to make it seem like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And then I go to another person and they're like, no, you gotta do that. And then you gotta do this. And then I go to another person and they're like, no. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, da. It's just different answers. And it just shows me that, okay, in my head, I'm like, okay, then what is the answer then? Because if you're giving me all these different answers and none of it works, then obviously I can't take you seriously anymore. So that's another thing. And then another gripe that I have, especially within the underground, I've experienced this a lot. And there would be people who would be following me just to tell me, let's work on a song, without me having to dig deep into your sound to see if it's compatible with my shit in the first place. And also begging for features. I've had one person literally beg me to collab without me getting to know them in the first place. Just off rip, bro responded to my stories like, alright, but when are we gonna collab? I'm like, I kind of wanted to be nice, so I was like, whatever, whenever. But then he's like, oh, I'm ready right now. I'm like, oh boy. I'm not ready right now. I'm not ready right now. And I don't be collabing with anybody anymore.
Type shit.
Cause like,
Would you want to sell features? But that's not to anybody as well.
no, fuck that. Cause like, that's just gonna make myself look like a greedy motherfucker. Especially,
Not necessarily.
if I'm gonna sell features in retrospect, they're gonna be like, oh, this
People are
motherfucker.
good.
Cause this motherfucker only wants to make a quick buck out of me. Hell no. Especially if I'm not popular. I'm definitely not in a position to be selling features right now.
I mean, if somebody's begging you for a feature, like, and you don't want to do it, like,
I guess, but the problem with me is that I put my emotion into my music and I like take it seriously. For me, collabing with just anybody is like doing it just to fucking do it.
yeah.
So I can't, and it just doesn't feel right to me. So I would only collab with people if it makes sense for the song or if I genuinely like your work and I'm like, okay, I like what you're doing. Let's hop on the song. Bet.
Yeah, you can't give it to everybody.
Exactly.
You can't give it to everybody.
But, and then another gripe that I had.
Yeah, I'll be good.
I am sorry.
Nah, you're good.
Then I have another gripe that I have is like, there's these like, this is more of an IRL situation, but I've seen motherfuckers who have like big numbers on Instagram, but it doesn't really translate to like their Spotify and shit, acting all ego and shit, thinking they're hot shit just because maybe they posted a photo with like an ex-celebrity artist or something, and then they'll try to use that to their advantage and charge for features. And then I look at their sound and I'm like, do I really want to collab with this person? Like, some of these motherfuckers be generic as fuck too when it comes to music. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not buying into that, especially. And also, to top it off, the scammers on Instagram that be hitting you up talking about, oh, we're selling streams for like $50 for 20,000 plays, or oh, you paid $20 so you could get on my page, when it looks so like automated as hell.
Yeah.
There are a few pages that I have paid to promote my shit on, but that's because I feel like there's some form of uniqueness with the page.
Yeah, it
but
makes
these other motherfuckers who be hitting me up talking about, I can put you on my page, just give me this amount of money. I go on their page and it looks lackluster as hell. I'm like, hell no, you're not getting my money. Fuck that shit. But other than that, I don't really have any real gripes towards the music shit other than those. But the moral of the story here is just do the music shit with integrity at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Know your worth, but also be careful with who you collab with, because At the end of the day, if you do collab with somebody and they turn out to be like, let's just say a murderer or a pedophile,
Yeah, you
Exhibit
just
A,
work with
David
them.
or whatever, David. Yeah, that's a bad look on you.
Yeah.
And also, just got another gripe. Them like grifter ass artists that I be coming across. Tom McDonald and Dax. They're like horny ass artists who make like co-worker type music. Tom McDonald's a conservative artist.
I just realized what this word is. Somebody called me that, and I
What?
somebody put that on my thing, coworker music, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I looked it up.
Co-worker music is just like generic NPC type of music.
That's how I said it.
I don't think you make co-worker music.
I don't think I'm making.
I don't think you make co-worker
I was
music.
curious as to what that
Bro.
meant.
You're not like Dax where he's like, you're in pain. I can tell what you're saying.
Yeah, niggas don't like Dax.
Yeah, no. Hell
I
no.
don't be listening either. I do see with it, like it's just perceived like to be like kind of corny
Yep.
type shit.
Yeah. But enough of that. I think we've covered a lot in that realm. But this is a big one. I touched up on that, but like what are some of the biggest scams that you've came across and almost gotten yourself wrapped up into?
Scams. Let's see. Well, I mean, a lot of different shit for real. I mean, just being a artist, there's a lot of different fucking scams that people try to do. You know, just taking advantage of the fact that like just being a fucking kind of hungry ass artist trying to just get some kind of traction within your work. I never fell for the shit where it was like the fake followers and stuff like that, because I felt like I grew up on social media so heavy, so I was just like I knew a lot of those tricks and games, but just in the sense of like not knowing, I feel like I'm way more well versed now in terms of how you can actually make a career out of yourself independently as an artist. But like before, I kind of really didn't know, and just was seeking a lot of knowledge as well. And just within seeking knowledge, there were certain things that I like would pay for, certain things that like courses or fucking like just like softwares or whatever, just like shit that you had to pay for just to attempt to get some kind of traction as an artist, but didn't fulfill that. And just learning that like, okay, like certain things are not as beneficial, and to where I kind of don't even, anything that's like remotely well, I wouldn't, a lot of things aren't scams, but I just don't feel like they just work. Like in the sense of like post for reposts or just certain things that I just look at as just, I mean, not scam, but this is kind of like anything scam or anything that I just look at as not the main goal, is kind of like which the main goal is just like actually building real authentic supporters who come in naturally. Like certain, like some people will try to force you to be their fan.
Yeah.
And that's just that's never gonna work. Like what's really the goal is to try to naturally have the fans come to you by utilizing the marketing and the things that we have today to get to that aspect. Yeah.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with you. And some of the biggest scams that I almost got myself wrapped up into were definitely fake well, I fell for one, but a fake AMV page asking for
AMV?
bread. Yeah, like an anime music video. Hitting me up asking for bread. Or hitting me up, oh, I want to do an edit, but they end up not doing it. I fell for one of them. But then I found another one that tried hitting me up, and then I'm like, oh yeah, no, I know what happened at the first time, so I'm not gonna do it again.
Yeah.
And then another scam, of course, is definitely the promo shits. Well, I never fell for those, but those were blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
Then we got the fake label scam, and then we got the fake
Like, you know
follower
all of them.
scam.
You
Yeah, I know.
all of them.
I know all of them because they be hitting me up on
I couldn't even
Instagram
think
all
of,
the
like,
time.
word.
They be
Not
hitting me up
even-
on Instagram all the fucking time.
I used to get that way more by that shit. A lot of that shit just live in my requested.
Yeah, no, I keep it there myself.
Yeah.
I keep it on requested myself, so it don't matter. It don't matter at the end of the day.
I didn't even think. Well, that is a scam. I didn't even think of that as a scam. I just thought that as like bots. Like shit, they'd be like, oh, pay such and such for this amount of followers, or bullshit, or pay to get reposted on this shit or whatever. Like that's more obvious shit. But yeah, but all that shit really does play onto like artists, and like definitely is like a scam for real.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, to be honest. Well, I guess, well, the moral here is, if it looks too good to be true, or if it looks completely lackluster, don't give your money.
Nah, yeah.
Don't give your money.
Facts.
Another question I have for you is, what did you want to be before you wanted to be an artist?
Before I wanted to be an artist,
Yeah.
I didn't know. Really didn't know. Like I knew I just really loved like the creative shit for real, but I didn't really. An actor actually. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Actor, yeah. 'Cause
Valid.
I was in acting classes from like really young. But there's a bunch of things I wanted to be. At one point, I wanted to be a fucking magician.
Ooh, okay.
Like some of the first thing I ever did was like doing magic in my talent show.
Oh,
Chris
nice.
Angel Magic Hit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fucking, then I was really into acting and really into. And at one point, I had hoop dreams.
Ooh.
And yeah, but I mean, still a lot of those same things come into play. Like the acting, I still want to do that. I feel like I don't feel like I feel like hosting is like a brother or cousin of acting for real, because
Hell
it's
yeah.
like you're not acting, but you're giving a certain version of yourself. It's more natural and but it's just like like you're putting on an entertainer.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to entertain the audience, so it's kind of like you're naturally speaking, but like so like acting is kind of like entertaining as well. So
Yeah.
it's like all of that is like under the entertainment realm to me. So I really do enjoy doing it, especially when we're doing skits and stuff like
Oh,
that. too.
hell yeah.
So,
The skits, they go hard. They go hard.
yeah. So a lot of different fields.
Hell yeah. As for myself, back then I wanted to be a fucking YouTuber. I wanted to be a YouTuber because I saw the power with YouTube at the time and how you can monetize off of that shit. So I naturally gravitated towards that career until I like didn't feel like doing it anymore. Also wanted to be a pro wrestler at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
shit.
did. But I haven't really made any initiative towards that. But I still want to do it as like a hobby.
Right.
But the only thing that would have to come to play is you would have to get professionally trained for that shit.
Oh hell yeah. That's
You would have to be
dangerous as hell.
you have to be professionally trained. And another thing, as a kid, I've kind of like said what I wanted to be when I grew up. Like, oh, I want to be an astronaut, or oh, I want to work in like Google or such and such and such. But it wasn't really me for real. I've always saw myself as like a media personality, and then which led to me wanting to become a musician at the end of the day, because I've always found love towards music at the end of the day. And what for me, I found my true passion in music because I got into the rabbit hole of music production. I got into the rabbit hole of songwriting. I got into the rabbit hole of folk audio engineering. I got myself into the rabbit hole of just dissecting music. as a whole. So I felt like well, at first I saw it as a get rich quick scheme, but it eventually did turn into a passion because I dug down those rabbit holes and I didn't know that there was so much that got into it in terms of music production in the first place.
Yeah.
So
Nah, that's dope though, because it definitely, I can tell it's definitely a passion. Like you do that shit every single day. So
hell yeah, bro.
well, I don't know if you do it every day. I see you do it all the time. Every time I see you.
I do it literally like whenever I can or whenever I have moose.
Yeah, especially getting into the production aspect and the like learning about all the ins and outs of it is definitely like heavily invested.
Absolutely. 1,000%. Throughout my journey as a music artist, I feel like I'm still learning as I go. I'm still learning to perfect my craft. I'm still learning to perfect my recordings. I'm still learning to perfect my production as a whole. There's always room for improvement, of course, but I feel like throughout my music journey now, I feel like it's been a collection of entries of progress, and I think it's beautiful at the end of the day, because obviously I started somewhere, but I didn't think I would show some signs of improvement in the first place, because I've like been on the verge of like giving up once, because definitely fear of perception came to play, but eventually it was like, yeah, I can't let go of this shit. It just stuck with me for some reason. So yeah,
That's dope. That's dope that it's stuck with you and you're still doing that shit.
absolutely. But what's it called? I guess the final question I have for you is like, what advice do you have for up and coming artists, and how should they go about marketing in terms of Instagram Reels and TikTok?
You say advice for upcoming artists?
Yeah.
I would say advice for upcoming artists being that just keep going and just keep being creative and just keep pushing yourself out there and having hope for the future, and just know that like whatever you want to do, it's accomplishable, and it's accomplishable from within yourself and in your phone. Like literally. So I mean, like, obviously some artists don't want to make a career out of it, but for the ones that do and want to actually like take it like very far and like make something substantial out of it, like you have the accessibility to do so, and to just keep just fighting towards that. But like you can pick whatever it is that you want to do with your career and where you want to go with it. But the biggest part of it is that the fact that we get to choose and we get to actually fulfill our passions by doing the thing that we are passionate about and doing the thing that we love. So above all else, just keep doing the thing that you love and keep pushing it and keep it alive. And
Hell yeah.
for advice in order to market your shit, we have the means to get out there.
Hell yeah.
Social media is huge. I know some people don't like to use social media, but it's sometimes there's certain sacrifices that we have to make. You know what I'm saying? Like people back in the day might have not wanted to get on MTV, but like shit, like I gotta do in order to get myself out there so that I can just choose to do whatever the fuck I want to do. So I'd say grind now and fucking so that you can not have to fucking do certain shit that you don't want to do later, and have that fan base who's gonna stick with you until the wheels fall off for real. So definitely utilize the marketing aspects that we have today. Definitely get yourself out there, showcase who you are and who you are as an artist, and however it is that you present yourself, and it's like make sure that you're gaining, like you're presenting it to the specific demographic of people who would want to connect with it, and that should be people like you. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and thank you for your time, of course. But
Of course.
definitely one of my biggest closing remarks is like, if you're an up and coming artist and you're watching this, like, do what feels true to you at the end of the day, and don't conform to a specific formula just for the sake of like blowing up and shit. But however, if there is a specific sound that's like popping and you really seem to like resonate with it, by all means go for it. But don't just do shit just to do shit. Do what makes you feel right and feel natural to the heart. Eventually it will translate. So yeah, thank you for your time.
Of course. Thank you.
Don't forget to tap in. Stay tuned for more. Tap into Kurt Donavon. I'll put his channel at the end, and we litty.